First of all, thanks to Qdrant for having us. It's a great opportunity to speak here to you guys. We had an awesome day so far, I guess. And yeah, today, let's check the clicker. Yes, it works that way, sorry. So yeah, we get to who we are in detail a bit later, so we kind of embedded it in the presentation. You get the joke. And yeah, our topic today is personalized product discovery with multimodal vectors. What do we mean with this? But first of all, you probably know this feeling when you're like to search for a vacation for your family, for example, at the Mediterranean, that you get so many search results that you can't comprehend it at the time, and yeah, even if you apply filters, you're still getting too much results. So we sat down together and asked us the question, why do we always have to click and scroll through way too many search results instead of just getting a best matching product fit that suits us best with our needs and our context? But who is we, by the way? Here we are. We are iCompetence, and what drives us is building agentic product ideas and bring it to life. And yeah, my name is Mark. I'm a data architect, or at least I try to architect data in a way so it doesn't collapse like a Jenga tower. But with me is my colleague and friend Lionel. So
Hi everyone, I'm the other guy, I'm Lionel. I'm a product innovator at iCompetence, and together we build human conscious agents that function as an interface between people and business. And we build these agents based on our personal context, and the development is guided by the principles of trust and transparency. So let's get back to our previous question. Why do we always have to click through way too many search results instead of getting the ideal result right away? And there is a simple answer, and that is that we're simply lacking the ability to bring our personal context to the table. So speaking about personal context, what does this exactly mean in terms of product, or especially in vector search? Mark, let us explain.
yeah, so even though it feels a bit strange to talk about myself in a third person, but never mind. So Mark's user experience today often looks like this. Like I said, you search for something, you get too many generic results, too much tedious filtering, and yeah, no fun from a user perspective. So what we envision is something more like that looks like this. You search for something in your personal context, and you get a personal result which fits you best.
Yeah, so Mark just sketched what the ideal search should look like, and we identified that our personal context is the missing piece in this part, which is something that we cannot represent by using simple filter settings on a web page, because our personal context is a huge variety of personal interests, preferences, and characteristics. So our approach is that the more the product context overlap or is similar to our context, the better this search result fits our personal needs and interests.
Yeah, so you could think about classical context engineering in this case, so that you use, for example, Qdrant to provide knowledge to an LLM directly.
Yeah, but instead of providing an LLM with even more knowledge, we use the context even earlier in the pipeline, namely to enhance the search query with even more information about the user. And because when it comes to product search, we put the priority on delivering the ideal result to the user fast, and instead of making them wait for a perfect LLM response. And that's why we consider retrieval augmented generation to be optional in this process.
Yeah, but how does this work exactly, Lionel? Please show us.
Thank you. So yeah, at the center of our pipeline, we put Qdrant to firstly persist product data and make it semantically searchable. So in the first place, we developed a product extraction engine that identifies all the product detail pages on a website and extracts all the images and embeds them and stores them in one dedicated image Qdrant collection. And we are also extracting the product data and saving it in a separate collection. And then on the other side, we have the user who wants to perform a search query. And this is done over a vector search pipeline that we developed, in which the user's query as well as the user's context play a major role because they are more or less being merged together to perform an even more precise search. So let's make a deep dive into the architecture. Make a step over here to see it better. So we want to start on the right side in the green area, where we start the data extraction by using Python to extract all the product data and images. And this information, especially the product data, is given to Mistral AI, which is generating different text views, which are then being embedded by an embedding model or text embedding model. As an example, we're using E5, and the images are being embedded by using Clip Vision Transformer. And all these embeddings are then stored within Qdrant collections, and an update engine keeps all the product data up to date, as an example, product availabilities. So then on the left side, we have the vector search pipeline, which is triggered by a user query, who's also adding his context. And then we're using a small llama model because of efficiency, and it's even faster, and the task is not that complicated. So it's analyzing the search query and filtering out all the relevant context information that can be added to specify the search query, and structures them, and this search query is then being embedded also, and a similarity search is being performed in Qdrant. And in certain cases, we're also using advanced processing techniques, like for an example, pixel segmentation. For an example, a user uploads an image of a whole outfit, but he's only searching for the trouser. So in this case, via segment anything, we are isolating the trouser from the rest of the image, dismissing the irrelevant part, and embedding only the relevant image of the trouser, so the mask. And these results are then being sent back to the user. So we just showed you how we process context in this architecture, but how do we actually integrate it, Mark?
Yeah, so we would like to talk about one more thing. What we are doing right now, we are developing a browser extension. Sorry. Click. No worries. Yeah, and this browser extension enables us, or you as the user in your browser, to enrich it with your personal data, like interests and preferences and things you like, for example, and it's stored locally in your browser. And we can use this extension to improve the search on any site, basically. And I guess, despite all the theory, you fancy a little demo. So, Lionel, please.
So we prepared a video, and we show all this, what we just discussed. So here you see a demo shop we constructed because it would be hard to share any client projects. And this is a look into our extension, where we have stored some information about Mark, some preferences and characteristics. And now, I can step at the side. We're performing a generic search at first without the context. And what we can see is that we get a couple of results. In the back end, it's even more. The front end only displays 2. And now we're performing the same search, but we'll add the context to the search query. And we're only getting 1, which is supposed to be the ideal result. So let's have a look into it. And when we check the criteria down here, there is a huge overlapping with the criteria that we have in our context file. And that demonstrates how context can help us to find search results that better fit to our needs and interests. So that's why we came to the conclusion that Qdrant enables us to achieve more than just a simple keyword search, namely multimodal search augmented with personal context. And Qdrant also enables us to provide results in a fraction of a second instead of making users wait for an agent to respond.
Yeah, and last but not least, what I think is my favorite point is it makes us, well, it enables us by using Qdrant to make nearly any online shop semantically searchable within a couple of hours. And in the end, Qdrant enables, yeah, from our point of view, a totally new era of context-based product search. So it's really amazing, I think.
Last but not least, if you want to try everything yourself, you can contact us via LinkedIn, and we provide you with the access to the Data Gems extension as well as to a GitHub starter pack of the vector search pipeline. So all you need are 2 vector collections with your product data, one for images, one for text, and you can lay everything on top and discover your own products shop with context. So in this regard, we want to say
thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you for your attention.